Welcome back. Today we're going to be going over 1-11, which is parry, deflect, and strike. So the last tutorial was the brush knee left, the final in the series of the brush knee left. Foot is on, my heel is on the intersection of yellow and green, and my right foot is on this end of the yellow line, brush knee left. So here is the entire movement going to the west as it would be in the form, and it's called parry, deflect, and strike. As you rock back, notice my shoulders moving. Yes, I'm not exactly on the lines, which you need to make note of that. Okay, one more time. Rocking back. Left foot turns out at a 45. My right foot is coming straight off my heel. So my heels are in alignment, and that is where I'm putting my right foot. So I'm not putting it straight to the side, and I'm not putting it up here at this intersection point. It's off my heel and stepping out. And I'm stepping my weight into the right foot, stepping out. That was the parry. Here's the deflect, and there's the strike. All right. So that's the movement going west. Let's do this to the front, and I'll break it down again so you can see more of the moving pieces. As we did before, we just finished brush knee left. And we'll rock back. So I'm bending my right knee and straightening my left knee. Rotating my hands. Notice my elbows stay by my side. Going to step my right foot to my left. As my right hand comes up, it brings my right foot with it. Good. My left hand, my thumb is pointing towards my chest. It is in the middle of my chest. My right hand came up. I have got my thumb between these two knuckle points of my middle finger, the first crease and the second crease. And the thumb fits between there. And this is in the center of my chest. As I set my foot out, I'm not going to set it to the intersection up here, like I said. It's off my left heel, my right foot here, and then I just trace it forward and I set my right heel out. Okay? As I do that, my thumb is down. This rotates up. My hand was down and I rotate it up. It gets a little confusing. I have my thumb. See if I can come closer for the camera in here. Here. And that's inside. I make a T. It's like right there. Right there. Thumb is in. I put my fatty part of the thumb in the hollow of my hand, and I pull it towards myself. Notice I don't bring my elbow out. I pull my wrist towards it, and the fingertips are now up. As I step, the fingertips come up. So this moves at the same time. My left hand is going to stay in front of my chest, all right? Now, as I shift my weight into that right leg, my left leg straightens, my right knee is bent, and I turn. I don't move my arms. This stays in the center line of my body, and I turn. Notice you can see my left shoulder forward here. And then as I step out, you are taking the same distance, but because if I were to, okay, let's try this again. I am going straight off my heel, and it's going right there. You can tell it's not on an intersection, okay? From this point here. If I had put it on an intersection, I didn't put it on an intersection, but had I put it on an intersection, my next step would be just like we've stepped and all of the other movements, is that shifted part, the shift of the box. I'm shifting from the back leg to the front leg, okay? But it's hard to show you on the grid because I'm not staying on the grid for this particular movement. Again, I've taken my right heel, bent my left knee, and set it out. And it's midway between these two. It's just where my heels would be. As I put it down, where I step, it's not on the intersections like we normally see. But I am still taking that same width of a step. Like I said, if I put this here, when I bring that left foot in, it does go out to that intersection. All right, but it's a little off because of the way we're stepping to get there. Fingertips up. As I bring that left foot in, it comes just as my left hand and my right hand come to my right hip. When my left hand comes to my right hip, my fingertips are up and my right fingertips are down. Wrists are together and they're over here on my right hip. What this looks like is from the T, so my left hand is in front of my chest, it just comes down to my hip. The right hand, the fingertips rotate down as I pull it back towards my hip. So my right palm is forward, my left palm is facing back. And it's just a little slow rotation. You come over here, left fingertips up, right fingertips down. Now we're going to clear. This time I'm still stepping that same distance. It just is not going to look correct on the grid. So this is the deflect. And notice my hand stays here, in front of my chest, and then the strike. So my left palm is on my inside of my right elbow. Fingertips are not to the side. And I'm striking with the blade of my hand here. That's parry, deflect, and strike. Brush knee left. Rocking back. Left toe comes up, turns out to a 45. Just focusing on the left hand comes up. Just like that. And the right hand, after we were here, the right hand, right when it gets to about here is when the fingertips come together. And as I move and shift my weight into that left foot, the hands come together. The right hand comes up and seats itself in the left palm. Now I'm going to step out to the right, taking my right heel off the left heel, go straight out, rotating the right hand up, and rotating my shoulders to the corner. And then as the left foot touches, the left toe touches, my left hand and right hand are on my right hip. Just like, and you can notice my shoulder has turned. And you're going to step out the same distance. If I were to shift back right now, I would be here. But in the form, it's a little forward. All right. Then we do deflect. Notice I leave my hand here as my hips rotate. My hips rotate as that right knee straightens and I bend more into the left leg. And the strike. My left hand was in the center and it comes to meet my right elbow as I do the strike. My knee is over my left toe. Left knee is bent, right leg is straight. My shoulders have shifted from a 45 to the front of the direction we're going. All right, we'll do that to the back now. We've just finished the brush knee. We're going to rock back, rotate. There goes the left foot at the 45. Good. Now the heel out to the side. Rotate the shoulders, turning around. Good. All right. I'll do one more to the front, and let's work on the breath. Brush knee. That's your exhale. Breath in. Breath out, moving and expanding out. Breath in. Breath out. All right. So when you were noticing this from the side, make sure that as you finish this brush knee that you haven't leaned over. Your brush knee, notice that you can see the guy behind me. You shouldn't be able to see his face because my back's going to be straight. Brush knee left. As I rock back into that right leg, as you take your breath in, keeping the back straight, the knees are both bent. Right heel is directly off the left heel, steps out. And as I plant, I am turning my body, bringing that left foot in, left hand, right hand on the hip, deflect. Notice the right knee is starting to straighten, right here, and the strike. My back is straight. I haven't leaned over. Gotta keep your back straight when you do these. All right, so that was 1-11, parry, deflect, and strike. And the next session we do will be 1-12, which will be withdraw and press. Until then, have a wonderfully Zen day.